Miss Augustine. How you doing? Welcome to my presentation. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for being here. This is the information that I'm going to share with you is very critical, so I need you to just be attentive to what I'm going to say. The decisions that you make today have an impact on your generations and the generations that follow after this one. Whatever you promote today is going to have an impact on the tomorrow, on your family, on your country. But I want to ask two important questions. I want to ask you, how important is your family? How important is your country? Just keep that in mind as I share the information. And I want to share a quote from John F. Kennedy. He asked, ask not what your country can do for you, but what can you do for your country? And I add, what can you do for your family? As a student of Scripture and a redemptive communicator, I want to share this important information concerning the social issues of marriage in America. As you know, Scripture sets the foundation for marriage, and you can find that in Genesis 2:20-25. It talks about Adam. He was alone, and God looked at him, and he didn't find a mate for him. So he took one of his ribs, and out of that rib, he made the woman and brought her to him. And so they became one flesh, right? So right there, it's what marriage is all about. And God is the one that instituted this marriage. In America, it was also found in those biblical principles. By looking at our money, it says, in God we trust. It tells us, that we trust in God, right? Also in the flag, we know that it talks about one nation under God, right? So we are one nation under God. With that in mind, I would like to share the purpose of this presentation. And the purpose is the redefined marriage in America provided a license for rampant, cohabitation and divorce, which just went sky high. But God gives us His Scripture, His truth, so that we can bring America back and to understand what marriage is all about. With this in mind also, I want to talk to you about three things. I want to talk to you about the redefining of marriage, cohabitation, and divorce in America. How it has affected America. Let's begin with redefining marriage in America. The attempt to redefine marriage in America has caused a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, if you will. In 1972, there was a controversy. Einstein and Baird is a case in which the Supreme Court ruled that unmarried people could buy contraceptives, and that just went wild. Right there, it was just, to me, it was one of the biggest mistakes you could ever do. Patrick Fagan, an expert in marriage and religion, shares his view on this decision. He says, Einstein versus Baird, the Supreme Court rejected the experience of the millennia and set in motion gradual weakening of America. Future generations may rank this as the single most destructive decision in the history of the court. Furthermore, Ryan T. Anderson, another expert in religion from the Heritage Foundation, says, all Americans have the freedom to live and to love as they choose, but one has no right to redefine marriage for anyone, right? So, as we talked about, God is the one that has defined marriage for us already in Scripture. All we need to do is look back on it and find out that He has done it for us. Furthermore, Hans Borsa, a professor of theology in the Regent College, comments, acceptance of sex in contexts that do not allow for comprehensive union will end up shaping the way many of us handle sexuality, with detrimental consequences for our general ability to raise strong families. So we can see how it affects our families. We're not going to be able to raise those strong families if we don't have that marriage, if we don't know about it and if we don't practice it. On my second point, I want to talk about the marriage in cohabitation. And what that means is that many people, as a result of just a necessary marriage, they went into a relationship where where the marriage was not necessary. They're just living together. Stephanie Venture, who works in reproductive branch at the CD National Center of Health Statistics, shares that the biggest increase in unmarried birth, they are in women in their 20s. So by this, we see that those cohabitation relationships keep on increasing. The next point that I want to touch is the divorce rate. As you can see on the chart I have over here, it just keeps on increasing. 2011, we see 877,000. I did a recent research on the 2012, and it hits like 1.2 million. So it's increasing rapidly. Now I want to wrap up the things we talked about. The redefinition of marriage in America has affected our traditional way of seeing marriage, and it has pushed us as Americans to cohabitation, and the divorce rate, as we can see in there, it's climbed out way high because of the devious views that we have of marriage. But the solution that I propose to this is to come back to scriptures and see how God defines marriage for us in there. We don't need to define marriage anymore because He defines it for us. Now, all we need to do is follow what He tells us to follow. As Americans, what are we to do with our family and our country that faces these social issues of marriage? What we could do, we could try to be examples to our family, teach them about marriage. And one family at a time makes a difference in this world. I want to encourage you to meditate on Scripture and see what God has to say on marriage and divorce. And I want to close with this verse, 1 Corinthians 7:10. It says, to the married I give this command: a wife must not separate from her husband, but if she does, she must remain unmarried, or else be reconciled to her husband, and the husband must not divorce his wife. God bless you, and have a nice day.
Seven minutes, 39.